Conrad Fink was a presence, and he was a journalist. He pivoted on a dime and became a teacher. And then when you look around and see all those who proudly call themselves Finksters or Finkites or the Fink Nation, you know that they are members of a class that is just expressed in pride. But they all had to learn that the fear of Conrad was the beginning of knowledge.
One day, one of the editors said, "Fink has summoned you." By then I knew plenty about him. I knew enough to be scared. But I walk in clutching the red and black that day. He, almost as soon as I sit down, he snatches the paper away from me and he growls at me. He goes, "This is the most important thing you could do in your 4 years here. Now get out of my office." He threw the paper at me and I got out. I don't know if he was kidding. I don't know if he was just messing around with me, but it worked, because not only was it a memorable story, but it made me want to come back.
Conrad Fink began his journalism career in Chicago as a night editor after serving in the Marines. He spent 25 years with the Associated Press as a reporter and an executive. He was also an executive with Park Communications before joining the Grady College, where he taught for 30 years.
An extraordinary career before he came here. You know, he was a foreign correspondent in India. He was bureau chief for Southeast Asia. Then he went to London and created the AP Dow Jones Business Bureau. Then he came back to New York and was secretary, vice president, secretary of the AP.
In 2002, he earned the Freedom Forum's National Journalism Teacher of the Year Award. 2 years later, he was appointed the Meg's Distinguished Teaching Professor and was awarded the Regents Teaching Excellence Award. He touched students outside the Grady College with his writings that became required textbooks in a variety of areas.
One of his unique contributions was the creation of a media management internship program at Morris Communication.
Before his death on January 14th, he held the William S. Morris Chair in Newspaper Strategy and Management at the Grady College, and he had a personal friendship with Morris, who shared the idea of the historical importance of journalism in the United States.
Both of us believed that the one reason our democracy had survived for 236 years was not because of our geography, not because of our leadership in the times of crisis, our system of capitalism, or the diversity of our population. The single reason why we survived and flourished is because of America's daily newspapers. He believed that deeply, and so do I. The most important element for the survival of any democracy is an informed electorate.
Conrad was all about professionalism, doing your duty. You know, he was a Marine, and having been a member of the Marine Corps was very important to him. Fidelity was important to him. He showed great fidelity to AP, to the Grady College, to his students, especially to his students. And
when you think about the more recent modern era of Grady, it's Conrad Fink. Teacher, scholar, professional, all we would want to be.